I don't know. Just speak to that a little bit.
Oh, Andrea can do that.
Okay.
I can. So it's the 3 steps of remove the covering, like, the stuck list. You would go there first. And you would this is what I do, something that William taught me is 1 minute, I set a timer. And for 1 minute, I just explore my stuck list and like feel all those feelings and ask my body, where do they sit? And then when the timer goes off, I shift to step 2, which is slowing my breath and letting my favorites list come in. So all the blessings for my senses, a smell that I like, a sound that I like. And so do that for 2 minutes, just slowing the breath. And then when that alarm goes off, then the last 2 minutes is just trying, I feel like trying. You slow your breath so much that you're finding that space of nothingness. So for me, I just continue with an affirmation, or I pray, I say a prayer to just try to connect to that sage or saint. That's my process.
All process flows along those 3 steps. Everything that I'm doing, I'm trying to model what really happens so that I stay out of the equation. I'm just trying to share with you how process happens. So if you're going to do the dishes, you get ready, you take a few deep breaths, you're like, oh my gosh, there's more dishes than I want to do. And you start doing them, or homework or anything. You get into it. It's an effort. It's uncomfortable. Second part, you're slowing down. And I'll say these 3 steps. Andrea said it better than me, but I'll just put a better take on it, a different take on it. Pardon me. The second part is you're slowing it down, and you're getting into the dishes, you're getting into the homework, you're getting into, I'm going to face myself as I am, as imperfect as I am. And I'm going to recognize some good things about myself, darn it. Tired of everybody telling me I'm not good enough. That's what the world does. The world's just a big pointing finger. That's what the intellect does. That's what we do to each other, and we ought to stop it. So in the second part, you just slow down. You start to accept a little grace for yourself, and you get that scent going and that sound going. Something. You try to find something. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But you just, and be time specific. Say, I'm going to do it in 5 minutes. You can do that. It can be repeated. Same thing with the homework or the dishes. You're slowing it down. You say, well, if I just relax a minute and pay attention to the water and pay attention to the dishes a little bit more, I can turn this into a rejuvenating experience. It doesn't have to be a squeezing out of energy. It can be an overflow of energy. The more that you get to this place where that slow down and that exposure and that nourishment happens, and you find the third step, which is embryonic breathing in Qigong. Embryonic breathing is the most advanced principle in Chinese medicine, in Qigong, in yoga. It's called Samadhi, Tibetan Buddhism, Rigpa, and science, brainwave coherence, and hormonal nectar. If I give you a check for $100,000, I guarantee you all those things are going to happen. Yeah, you see what I mean? But there's more important thing. I've come from a super rich family. I can tell you that ain't it. And all the richies will tell you that. Well, maybe, but anyway. But and then I totally disappeared. That typical story. I'm a penny most of my life. I can guarantee I had less money than you all did, even though you'd be like, yeah, sure, I bet you I did. And I come from that kind of family. But I totally said, what's Chi? What's God? And then my family said, oh, you're a little special, aren't you? So what happens is, in the third step, when you find love or you find healing or you find happiness or you find relief, if you find something that occurs for you as an individual where you can just slow your roll a little bit and relax, that one moment will cause no breath. It'll cause brainwave coherence. It'll cause hormonal nectar. After I was darn devastated in life, then I became a monk. I was a Zen monk. Then I became a yogic monk. Martial arts schools, books, and all that stuff. And now I realize that it's all in that third step from all that training and all that experience. So the first step is to remove the covering. The second step is to slow down. We're applying this to evolving ourselves, not to getting a piece of cheese. Or this is only about evolving our own self. You find so much nourishment inside of 5 minutes, you can go beyond. You can go beyond your own trauma.